Cha-cha. I have a microwave fireplace. I can lay down in front of the fire for the evening in 8 minutes.
It's fine either way. Yeah, that was Richard Gunther. Hey everybody, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been, how long has it been? It's been 2 weeks, I guess, since we were doing this, which is twice as long as that song by the Bare Naked People. Tell everybody again, if you would please, Mr. Gunther. What shows do you want to send them to? Which of your many Twitter accounts would you like to send people to? For people who don't follow you, what's the best way to start?
Well, we're right at the start of the week here, so let's just make this simple. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is Richard Gunther. It's pretty much spelled like it sounds. And as far as the shows that I do, today let's talk about the Smart Home Show, which is a podcast that I co-host with a CEO from one of the companies in the industry, Adam Justice from ConnectSense. And we talk about smart home technology from both the consumer perspective, which I bring, and from the manufacturer's perspective, which he brings.
Cool. And people can find that where again?
At The Smart Home Show on any podcatcher or smarthome.fm. Okay.
I hope that I don't become insufferable about this. I don't think I will, but I bought an Arduino, and I'm now to a place where I can sort of start talking about it a little bit, because I know that even, like, I bought the kit. I bought one of those kits from somebody. It was like $40. It comes with 50 experiments. It's weird to me to think about how much all this stuff would have cost when I was a kid. And then I had my choice of like, yeah, if you want to spend $25, if you want to spend $35. And that's the difference of like, 20 or 30 different experiments or whatever. Mm-hmm. What I was really interested to find out, though, is how many people are using machines like that, Raspberry Pi, Arduino, little computing things for home automation and such.
Yes, that's some serious DIY.
Yeah.
It depends what you're trying to do with it, whether you're trying to build your own smart switch or whether you're just using one to run a server that you can download and run your other stuff with. But that's getting your hands dirty.
Well, and this is why I say I don't think I'll become insufferable with it, because you say all of that, and I'm like, yeah, well, no, I'm out. It's fine. I'm trying to figure out how to make it so like if it hears something, it'll light up a light or something like that, and I'm looking forward to getting into that. Although I did stumble across something the other day that was use an Arduino to automate your train set. And I'm like, well, now I got to get a train set.
Right.
Which I've actually wanted to do since I was 5.
Wonder if it's still in the attic.
Yeah, no, not mine. No, it'd be in my grandfather's basement, and that'd be a bit surprising because we sold his house in 1985. So Monday on this show, if memory serves, I turn it over to the guest. I say to the guest, hey, guest, you probably got something that interests you, something that you want to talk about, something that is news to you. And I say, what would that be? For example, this week, what I say is, hey, Richard Gunther, what's news to you?
What's news to me is that it seems as though nobody seems to like the iPad mini but me. And I don't know why that is. Particularly, it seems that Apple has been ignoring this device or largely deprioritizing it in terms of upgrades for years and years and years. And recently, Rene Ritchie had a couple of videos out talking about how the device came to be and some rumors that it might finally get an upgrade and what that might look like. And I'm kind of excited about that because I honestly believe this device is the perfect size for many, many things, for note-taking, for a reader, for perusing the news, for a second device while you're watching TV because it's not that heavy. Yes, I multitask while watching TV. I know that's lame, whatever.
It's awful. It's awful.
So, yeah, I am really hoping that we see something this fall when they announce new devices, but I don't know if I should be optimistic about it or not, because we haven't seen an upgrade to this device for almost 2 years now. And prior to that, it was over 4 years before it saw an update. So, yikes.
All right, well, help me out. So is what's news to you the fact that they might be upgrading it, or the fact that, I don't want to say nobody cares about the iPad mini, but you shared with me that this was your topic about an hour before, and it took me about 3 minutes to figure out why the general consumer doesn't care about this device.
Okay.
But I'm curious which one is news to you, the fact that they might upgrade it or the fact that nobody cares?
Well, technically, the rumors that they might upgrade it are what's news to me. That's what's interesting to me.
Okay.
But I find it generally frustrating that this device seems to get no love, similar to how at times people have felt that the Mac Mini was getting no love, even though that seems to be, once again, a mainstay in their offering.
Right. Well, all right, let's go a couple of ways. I'm going to start with why I think, and when I say nobody cares, I don't mean nobody cares. I mean, obviously, I'm talking to somebody who cares about it. So I'm using a gross generalization when I say, do you want to talk about why nobody cares first? Let's do that, and then I want to hear what you would like to see for this thing.
Sure.
It's too expensive for its size. The perception is that, you know, this is a lesser iPad, and yet it costs more than the entry level iPad. It's $399 for the iPad Mini. It's $329 for the iPad.
Yep. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Well, okay, there must be a reason though that it costs that much. I mean, or is there not? Are they trying to push people to the bigger screen because that's better for content consumption? I mean, what do you suppose the reason is for keeping the price that high? Is it just protecting their, you know, much loved margins? Like, why does it cost so much? Or here's the other thing, and this is what I was wondering about. Is it because it is basically a purpose-driven tablet? Most people, with the exception of people who want to sit on the couch and, you know, watch TV and you know, not have a heavy iPad at the same time, most people are probably looking at it as what you talked about, the note-taking thing, the I'm going out in the field kind of thing. My kid can't hold something that heavy, so they need something smaller. I mean, it seems to be a purpose-driven device. Can they go ahead and charge that amount because the people who need that form factor and will pay the extra $70?
Yeah, perhaps. The other thing to notice is that for years, I don't think always, but for the last few models, they've only ever offered this device with more memory than the starting point for memory in the iPad. So you can't even make a fair comparison between devices. So yes, it's more expensive to get this smaller device, but then again, it comes with more memory than the entry-level iPad. And why? Like, it just their decisions with this device just baffle me. The pricing, the memory allocation, I really just don't get it. And maybe it is margins. And if that's it, then yay, because full disclosure, I own Apple stock and I like it when it goes up.
I wonder, I would really love to see, and of course we never will, but I would love to see how many businesses have opted for iPad Mini. Because I'm wondering too about that. Why would you get the more memory for the smaller thing if everybody's using it the same way? The one possibility seems to be everybody is not using it in the same way. Because most people are going to pass over, okay, the smaller one costs more and it hasn't been updated in forever, or I can get the bigger one for less. Because memory is not... I don't even remember what memory I got on mine. Yeah, I do. I got whatever the next step up was. But that was the 7th generation iPad. And I did the same thing. I thought, oh, maybe I'll get an iPad Mini. And I looked at the price and I was like, why? And moved right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my other question. What is it that you're looking for this? I mean, is there anything in particular that you're like, if they would just add this, or obviously they're going to add this thing? Are you just looking for them to actually upgrade it because it would prove that it's not forgotten? Or is there something in particular you would like to see for it?
Yeah, that's a fair question. I think I want to see it updated with the latest form factor, meaning a smaller bezel, maybe get rid of that start button, use something maybe like they did with the iPad Air, where you can use your finger scan thing on the side button or top button, which I think is ingenious. I'm frankly surprised that we didn't see that on phones again.
Mm-hmm.
So that type of technology added, just making it more up to date and making the price right. I am eager to buy a new one of these devices, but I did not buy the most recent version, the 5th generation version, because of the fact that it was priced incorrectly. I just can't justify that extra cost for it.
What about LiDAR?
I mean, no, seriously.
Okay.
Seriously. Like, if I'm using my tablet as a camera of sorts, other than maybe for FaceTime, somebody needs to come over and smack me in the head.
I want LiDAR on everything. I want them to put LiDAR in enough stuff now that you can go ahead and put it on everything, because when we finally make
AR.
whatever AR jump we're going to make, I want it to be on everything. I don't want it to be here's this wonderful technology that we've introduced. Now go out and upgrade everything. But
Fair enough.
we'll probably be talking about that later this week too.